to that point in your football journey, who had the most impact on you, player and coach?
Uh, I'll say there's a couple people. Like I said, my older brother, not my oldest brother, but the one that's above me. He's like a year and a half older than I am. You know, he showed me the ropes. He actually took interest in football and basketball like myself, but you know, he showed me how to play defense. Definitely very competitive growing up with him. And, you know, we used to always go against each other and I would never beat him. And this is when I found out I was being pretty good. I got to my junior year and I was able to beat him. And I was like, oh, yeah, I got you now. You know, he was very instrumental in my life. And this is my football journey. And also my coach, he passed away, my basketball coach. His name was Tim Brinkley. He also was a football coach as well. But I'll never forget him when I was younger because his wife was a physical education teacher, PE teacher at my elementary school. And he used to come out and just watch us play basketball, third, fourth grade. And I'll never forget him coming over there. We knew he was a basketball coach at the high school level. And he would just come over there and pump us up, you know, give us some boost. Hey, you guys are really good, man. You're doing what you're doing, you know. Yeah, you know, and that stuff, you know, it stays with the little kid, especially when you aspire to be great in any type of sport. And it definitely was a blessing for me to just have him in my life. You know, he passed in a car accident going into, I think, my senior year. No, after my senior year. Yeah, he passed in a car accident. And he was a great inspiration in my life. And to be honest with you, I take a lot of, every coach that I've had, I've taken something away from them because they all present something that made me who I am. You know, whether it's my high school coach who was a man-to-man. That's all we played. Press man-to-man. Nothing, no zone, no anything. And then you went to college. I had a coach called Doug Mallory. He's with the Atlanta Falcons now. Great coach, hard, but he taught me everything about zone coverage. You know, he taught me everything about our physicality. You know, he was definitely very instrumental. You know, he loved you, but he coached hard. He coached hard. So, you know, my dad was hard, so I was able to, you know, be okay with that, you know, and understand I'm a yes or no sir type of guy. If you tell me something, hey, I'll do what you tell me to do. If you tell me to run through a brick wall, let's make it happen. And he was
I hear you, man.
yeah, he was one of those coaches, man. And I really appreciate, you know, Doug Mallory. He was a great coach. He ended up leaving my senior year, and you know, he ended up leaving. The coach that came in after that, my mind just went blank. But he was a great coach. He taught cover two, and I hated cover two. But you know, that was his main coverage. So I had to learn how to adapt and play the things that I didn't necessarily like. But if you give me the assignment, let's make it happen. And then, you know, when I went to the NFL for a couple of years, you know, that was definitely a great experience for me as a total football player, because not only did I know defense, but I also had to learn offense. And that was definitely very critical for my development as a football coach in general. Just a total, I was already a student. I was already a football junkie when it comes to studying the game, but they took my capacity of understanding the game to a whole nother level. Eric Mangini, I'll never forget, because I went as an unrestricted free agent. So they make it hard for unrestricted free agents in the NFL. Maybe I can only speak for the New York Jets at that time. And he was a new coach coming in. And we had to earn everything about, as far as trying to learn and get on the playing field. And he would call on us every day. If you're unrestricted free agent, you know, coming in, you know, rookie, he would call on us every day. The first thing he would say, and this has really nothing to do with football, but actually it does. It's 100 and probably 10 people in the room. We would have to stand up and say, tell everybody's name and everybody's number that's on the team. And if you get it wrong, you'll come back the second day. If you don't get it right, you're getting off the team. They're cutting you. So yeah, crazy. So you have to go study your playbook and then go study some people's faces. Like, okay, all right, this is Curtis Martin. This is such and such. You know, just you would have to know though everybody in the room. You know what I'm saying? You would have to know the personnel, the coaching personnel. You would have to know, you know, some of the scouts if they're in there. So it's just a whole bunch of people. It might not have been 110, but it was about 80 something people in there. And you would have to, everybody would have to stand up and say, and I love it. It was definitely very stressful, but it was very, I think it was impactful because you got to know your team. He was creating the culture, and he wanted to know how really bad you wanted it. So that was one of the first things that he had us do as restricted free agents. But outside of that, you know, he would call us up there. He would make us draw up offensive plays from our offense, and we're on defense. You know, he would make us also draw up the whole defense and draw where everybody's going at on a certain play. So those are things that, you know, he allowed for me to develop as a total person, a total coach as well. So after I left out the NFL, I could have been a defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator, just to be honest with you, because of what I learned there. It was definitely very helpful. My mind was just overflowing with information from what I learned there.